We reported a couple of weeks ago when spot rates were at record highs that a downturn was coming. That time has arrived, and I don't need to tell you that things are rough out there. I've seen spot rates at 66 cents a mile, less than half of what it takes to run a truck. And that's not counting detention or lumper fees. And while everyone from the president to late-night talk show hosts likes to describe truckers as heroes, those heroes aren't feeling it at the loading docks where they're forced to wait for hours without access to food or bathrooms and even have to pay for other people to unload their trucks, even though they're not getting paid for non-driving time. Working conditions for truckers have been deteriorating since deregulation in 1980. Power shifted away from union drivers towards shippers who use that leverage to drive down rates and shift costs to drivers. Drivers agree that they share some of the blame for agreeing to take loads at less than cost, but cash flow is king and they'd rather take something than nothing. Even so, things have gotten to a breaking point. There have been stories of drivers that have taken their lives recently because they couldn't make ends meet. No one seems to have any answers, but some drivers are ready to send out an SOS. Tomorrow, May 1st, some of those drivers are going to be gathering in the nation's capital and in major cities around the country, rallying at an event they call MayDay after the international distress signal. I talked with two of the event's organizers, Shawn and Crystal, the trucker couple behind the Disrespected Trucker Facebook page.
We're calling this MayDay. MayDay, MayDay, MayDay. This is a call to arms for all the truckers. We got a problem out here.
Tell me what it's been like on the road during the shutdown.
A man can't get a hot meal, a good hot meal. You can get you a hamburger if you walk up to the drive-thru. The restrooms, a lot of places, restrooms are closed.
Food is one thing, but a restroom is really pretty
They tell you to go out there and use the porta potty.
And that's not just at restaurants.
Shippers and receivers, that's another big issue. You know, we pull into a shipper and receiver. A lot of times they don't want us to be in our truck when they're loading it. That we need to have access to a break room like their employees, where we can go sit down, get a soda pop out of the machine, whatever, and wait. Not sit on a bench in a cage. There's guys that are sitting in a cage on a bench, on a wooden bench, to wait for their load to be loaded. 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 2 hours, 3 hours. They don't let you back in your truck. Now, some of the shippers and receivers are fantastic. I can't say all of them aren't. A lot of guys are having a lot of problems spending a lot of times at the dock. This is supposed to be imperative goods, you know, going to stores. But these drivers are sitting 6-8 hours to get unloaded. It doesn't sound like it's pretty imperative to me. In the last 2 weeks in our trucking industry, I myself know of 2 men that have taken their lives in a truck because they couldn't make their payments. They couldn't get a decent load. You know,
we
6
have
or 7.
a couple of trucks, so it's our own company. You can't run a company in the negative. You have to at least pay your expenses.
I'm going to tell you,
is expensive.
I figure that one life out here lost on the road in an accident is too damn many. One life lost out here in a truck because the man can't pay his bills and he takes his own life. That's way too many. Yeah, that's way too many. We shouldn't be in a position like this that our brothers and sisters are killing themselves on the road.
What is it that you want to happen in D.C. while you're there?
It might sound a little unrealistic. The first thing on our agenda is a meeting with Elaine Chao. We need to discuss this. We need to get our safety concerns taken care of. And I'm not talking about 6 months or a year down the line. We need to address this now. Not just the PPE, but all of the concerns for the safety of the trucking industry. We got to address it now. We can't wait no more. Second off, we're asking for a Senate investigation into price gouging. Third, the American truck driver, the backbone of America, the man said it himself, would request an audience with the President of the United States. He's the only person in this country that can fix our problem. immediately with a stroke of a pen. That's our agenda. That's our goal. What we're looking for, the American truckers looking for, is a seat at the table. We want to be part of making the decisions that the FMCSA makes for us. None of them folks got a CDL. None of them probably ever been in a truck. They don't know what's going on out here. They don't know what we go through. We need a seat at the table. We need an American truck driver to step up and be a seat at the table and be our voice for the government.
All right, folks. Well, thank you for everything you're doing for the truckers and for the industry. And drive safe. I hope it's a great event. And we'll check in with you live on Friday as well and see how it's going. For the Truck Boss Show, this is Brad Kuhn. I'll see you down the road.